Hey everyone, I'm Greg from WordPress, and today we're going to be looking at posts and pages. In the last video, we saw how to change our WordPress site using the customizer, but how do we add posts and pages? So why don't we start out with adding another page? So we have this left-hand menu over here that we're going to be doing a lot of changing with. So if you hover over pages, you can click pages, and then we can click add new here following that big blue button rule. Or if you go back to the dashboard and hover over pages, you can just click add new in the drop down. It doesn't matter if both of these options take you to the same place. So why don't we add a contact page? So we're going to call it contact and add contact information here. And let's just hit publish. So now we've made this contact page, but if we refresh, for some reason that doesn't go onto the menu. So what we're going to do is, this is a little confusing, we're going to go to the appearance menu again, and we're going to hover down to menus. And WordPress doesn't automatically add any pages that you make to the menu. So what we're going to do is we're going to click that contact in this checkbox menu over here on pages, and then we're going to click add to menu, and that puts that contact page in the menu. We can also check this box, auto add pages, and that will effectively add any pages that you make automatically to the menu. So now, following that big blue button rule, we'll hit save menu, and then we can refresh. But I actually want blog to be the last menu item. I want contact to be before blog. So what I'm going to do is we can actually reorder these just like that. So I can put contact here, and I can save the menu. And now we have pretty much reordered. But what if I want contact to be a drop down from about? So what I can do here instead is I can move contact over a nudge, and that makes it a sub item. And now we'll save the menu, and you'll see what happens now. Now we have a little caret next to about, and if we click that, it brings down the contact page. I don't know, this theme might be a little bit buggy. So I'm actually going to bring that back here, and now I'm going to save that menu again. So now we have a pretty good idea of how pages work. You can see that the header and all this information stays on the page, so it all looks kind of similar to the home page. So now we have a nice contact page where we can add the contact information later. So now what I'm going to do is change some more things on my contact page. I'm going to go back to pages, and now you can either click contact or edit in order to edit this contact page. And there are a few things we can do here. We can add a featured image to the page, which I'm going to do. And I'm going to add the WordPress logo. And I'm going to set that as the featured image. We're going to update, clicking the big blue button. And now let's see how that looks. So the featured image is going to look different depending on what theme you're using. This is the way that it manifests itself in the 2016 WordPress theme, but for a theme that you're using, or maybe a custom theme, it might look completely different. So now, what about posts? We have all of our posts right now on the blog page, and we have two. We have the Hello World post, and then we have a Hello Again post. What we're going to do is we're going to add a new one. So click Posts, and I'm going to click Add New. And here are a bunch of different post types. We're just going to stick with the standard for now. You can do some research on these other ones: aside, image, video, quote. This one is a quote, so I wanted to see how that looked. So why don't we call this Hello Again? Actually, I already did that. So blog post here. So that's where we add the title, and of course we can add the body right here, body of blog post. And now all we have to do is hit publish and refresh, And there is our blog post. Now there are a few more settings that we can play with here. We can add a featured image again, and I'm going to add that wrist logo again because I like the way that looks. And we can also categorize them or add tags. So I'm going to add WordPress. And now we can update that, and let's see how it looks. So now you can see that WordPress is a tag, and if we click WordPress, it shows you everything, every post that has been tagged WordPress. You can also do a similar thing with categories. So why don't we add a new category and call this WordPress posts. And now we can uncheck uncategorize because it is categorized. A lot of WordPress is checks and radio buttons and stuff like that. So why don't we update that and refresh. And now we can see it's categorized in WordPress posts. And this is kind of similar to tags. Category WordPress post, blog post here. So that is how we modify and create WordPress posts and WordPress pages. Thank you for watching and stay tuned for the next video.